Hey y'all, I'm JamesWright, and welcome back to Wizards News, and today we're gonna... focus? Come on, focus. Oh, that's better. Today we're gonna be talking about focus. Okay, you knew I had to pull that one. But focus is one of those topics that people think they know really well. But there are a lot of things we're finding out that are just really impressive and things we didn't quite realize or understand right off the bat. And the farther you get into the game, the more focus is very, very important. So today I want to look at basically the whole gamut of focus and try and get a total picture about what this is and how it works. First of all, what is focus? Focus is the energy needed to use hexes and charms. Those are the boxes down at the bottom. Different charms and hexes are going to need different amounts of focus. And you can actually see the number on the charm and hex that tells you how much focus you need. In the bar down below, you'll have an indicator of how much focus you have as well as what your maximum capacity of focus is. And that changes depending upon your status in your skill tree as well as which profession you have. If you're an auror, you're going to start off with 2 focus and have a maximum capacity of 5. Now you can change those all the way up to starting off with a maximum of 4 and having a maximum capacity of 10. If you're a Magizoologist, you're going to have a little bit bigger bucket. You're going to start off with 2 with a maximum capacity of 5, and if you start adding up your skill tree, you can get your starting maximum all the way up to 5 with a maximum bucket of 15. So aurors do have the ability of starting with a good deal of focus, and that may be very useful depending upon which lessons they pick in the skill tree. Professors have possibly the biggest bucket with a starting amount of 2 focus and a maximum capacity of 5. That can be increased to a starting capacity of 4 with a maximum bucket of 15. When you first start off in the game, focus really isn't something that's that important. It's not something you think about too much. If you end up having enough focus to use one of the spells, then great, you use it. If not, then you don't. But as you progress farther in the game, focus really becomes one of the main key things you're keeping an eye on when you're actually in the battles, because different focuses will allow you to use different hexes and charms, and different hexes and charms then change the whole dynamic of the game. And sometimes using specific hexes and charms in specific ways can really boost your character's capabilities as well as your whole team's capabilities. So the more you grow as a witch or wizard, you're going to be needing to focus more on focus. Initially, in every battle, you're going to start off with a specific amount of focus. And that's the amount you're going to use to set up your initial hexes and charms. Now, you can increase that by using an invigoration draft or a strong invigoration draft. And those will increase your focus that you have to use. And so sometimes, right off the bat, I'm going to be using those because I want a lot of focus right off the bat. The amount we start with is just not enough to get all of the hexes and charms out that I want to. But once you start attacking and defeating foes, you'll notice that your focus starts to increase. And that is because you get more focus per the amount of foes that you knock off. If you're in the waiting chamber, you may actually see that little focus icon beside the foe, and that is saying that that foe will give focus when you knock him out. Now, not all foes will give focus. If there are a lot of foes in the chamber, they will not all give you focus. So if you are needing focus, make sure you're picking the foes that will give that to you. If you pick one that doesn't give it to you and you defeat them, then you're still without focus. Also, every foe in the chamber that is defeated gives everyone in the group focus. So if a particular foe is going to give you 2 focus when you defeat them, and you're in the chamber with 5 people, it's going to give 2 focus to everyone in the chamber. So everyone there gets 2 more focus. Now, how much focus each individual foe gives was something that was very confusing to me right off the bat. But then I found this post on Reddit, and this really kind of breaks everything down. So I want to go through this and explain it. Each chamber here tells you that that chamber will give you a maximum amount of focus. So if I do Ruins Chamber number 1 and I defeat all the foes, total I will get 4 focus at the end. And so that is split up among the foes. If there are 2 foes in the chamber, each one will give me 2 focus. If there are 3 foes in the chamber, then one of them will give me 2 and the other 2 will give me only 1 focus. And that continues on down the list. And the more foes you have, the more that number will get spread out. This down here kind of breaks it down. So if you are on Ruins number 5 and you have 2 enemies, that means each enemy will give you 4 focus. If you have 5 enemies, then you're going to have 3 of them that give you 2 and 2 of them that only give you 1. And then if you happen to be doing this chamber with other people in there, you may have 7 enemies. And so that's going to be spread out even farther. In that case, one of them will give you 2 and everything else will only give you 1. Also, one of the other things I noticed in here is the first enemy that spawns will be the enemy that gives you the most focus. So if it's split up and some of them give you 3 and some of them give you 2, the first enemy that spawns will guaranteed give you the most. It'll give you the 3. So keep an eye on which foe pops up first, because the amount that that one gives you will be the maximum amount that you can get from anyone in the chamber. So if I'm going to be doing a battle with a bunch of people ahead of time, I like to actually go and look at this chart and know that, hey, we're going to be doing Forest level 1. That means we're going to be getting 12 focus total. And by George, there are 13 foes that popped up. That means one of those foes is not going to give any energy and everyone else is just going to give 1. So keep that in mind. How many foes are you going to have to knock out before you get enough focus to use the spell you want to use? The next big question a lot of people have is how do you increase your maximum focus and how do you increase your starting focus? And what you want to do is come over here to this chart, and I'll leave a link to all of these that I've been talking about. And you'll notice over here there is the key. Maximum focus has that little focus icon, but it has multiples in there. And your initial focus is just that one focus icon. So I want to come over here into the skill tree and find those emblems. For Aura, you can see right over here, this will increase your maximum focus, the maximum you can carry at any given time. And we find this one down here, this will increase your starting focus. And that is big, because the more focus you can start off with, the more hexes and charms that you can use right off the bat. This may seem like a basic topic, but it's one of those things that not everyone knows or understands entirely. Until you understand which foes give you focus and how they come to you, it just doesn't randomly come to you while you're fighting, you won't really have a full grasp on the mechanics of the game and what's going on in the chambers. So I hope this helped you out and answered a few questions. If it did, please let me know down below. I'd love to hear about that. Also, if you have any other questions or ideas or something I missed, please let me know. I'd love to hear that. If you did like the video, please hit like, comment, share, subscribe. Those really do help out the channel, and thank you for that. I do also have a Patreon account if you want to help out that way. I think that's about it for now. And until next time, have a magical day. If I focus hard enough, will I get a Dumbledore? Maybe I need to focus on opening this thing. Oh, here we go. Another Hinges of Woodcraft.